Last time on the Incorrigible party, Seisha Doll takes her turn at speaking with Benito, being a little more direct about the party's intentions. Benito is hesitant at first, but agrees to help the party locate Constable Happy Lilton in Cell Block A, ensuring that Opal's name gets bumped to the top of the work duty list. After 2 attempts at creating an opening on the detail, one that lands Hellcrook in solitary confinement, and Rumpke losing his common area privileges, Kylia is placed on the work detail in Opal's absence. Opal, you're kind of going the same direction here, so it's a classic, okay, goodbye, and then you move on to
yes, exactly. We say goodbye and then walk the same way. Frick. Okay.
So, this is awkward.
Yeah, well, that kind of happens in here. Sometimes there's not many places to go, you know?
Ooh, got any secret spots?
No, they ain't no secrets around here.
Oh, okay.
And as you kind of approach, you can hear the noise of the common area, right? And as you kind of approach this northeastern entrance, which is the closest to your cell. All right, get in there, mate. Get going.
Yes, sir.
Owen will take his position up on the balcony again. And what's the plan here, Opal?
So as far as Opal knows, the work detail hasn't been replaced by Kylia, correct?
Yeah, I mean, you're currently unsure, so you can definitely go over to like where the commissary area is, or try to ask somebody about it. Like Owen would have like directed you over to where you need to go to like get to the work detail, right?
Yeah, I would check in with the work detail peeps then, wherever he points me to.
Sure, yeah. And you get to the commissary, which is kind of next to the cafeteria and over by one of the entrances to the latrines. And again, you see like the caged off area with all types of kind of goodies and additional supplies behind there. And you see an older guard sitting on a stool basically in front of it. He's clearly like the commissary attendant. And he kind of stands up as he sees you. Hi there, inmate.
Hi. I was wondering if you need anyone for work detail today.
Oh, sorry, we've already assigned them out.
What do you mean?
They're off doing their work already. What's your number? Are you on the list?
I think so.
He kind of looks at your prison garb.
Give him my number.
And he pulls out like a big long scroll, right? And he just lets it drop and it just kind of bounces, clatters like 10 feet unfurling. Yeah, we skipped you over. You weren't here.
What?
I mean, you're at the top of the waiting list.
That's where oh, man. Yeah, I just really want to work, you know? It give me something to focus on. Going nuts in here.
Yeah, this place can do that to you. Does it to the guards, too, honestly. Look, I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. The list is the list.
So, can you tell me who went after me? Who got assigned?
Well, sure. I mean, I guess not that it really matters. And he looks and he reads off like 4 extra numbers, one of which you recognize being only a couple digits away from yours. Clearly Kylia's, since she's the one that's missing.
Okay. What kind of stuff you got in this commissary there?
And I'm specifically looking for ingredients. Or possible ingredients.
Is there like something specific that you think might be in a general commissary? I mean, like you see like food stuff, a few like snacky type things and additional foodstuffs. Maybe the odd like package of cinnamon or something, like a small package of spice maybe. But predominantly it seems like it's clothing. You see like you could potentially get a pair of actual shoes if you're able to afford it from your commissary account, that kind of thing.
Well, one of my spells takes a bit of rotten food, so that's possible.
That's going to be very easy for you to pick up. Yes, you don't have to go to the commissary to find that.
Yeah, Tasha's caustic brew takes a bit of rotten food. There's things might have to be fudged, but again, like Melf's acid arrow takes some powdered rhubarb leaf and an adder stomach. The heck is an adder?
It's a type of lizard, I believe.
Ah, great.
Not gonna find that in the commissary.
I know about the goop resin. I guess I will assume that was Kylia. And I'll just kind of go to the side and observe a little bit for a couple minutes. But my plan, I think, would be to go back and tell Rumpke that Kylia was called for work duty, and that I missed it.
Okay, sure. Yeah, you kind of take in the space, and you see Benito and Zev are back at their table, and it seems like most of everybody has finished up with breakfast, right? Dishes have been cleared, that kind of thing. The kind of cafeteria crew in their specific colors, they seem to be back in this like kitchenette area, scrubbing dishes, doing their work detail stuff. But definitely like the general groupings and like crowd have like filtered out now that the meal is over, basically. So there's far less inmates actually in this common area than when you first arrived.
Do I know if there's like somewhere else to be other than our cells, like a library or a courtyard or like, I don't know.
You certainly know there's no open courtyard or anything, and Olin didn't specifically say anything. He mentioned he did mention weights, though, I believe, as he first took you out of your cell. So there's somewhere that you could, some type of gym, clearly that you could find, and he also said like you're kind of free to wander, so you can basically explore, I suppose. You want to kind of like attempt to like mentally map some of the twisting tunnels and stuff?
Potentially. I think maybe first if there's nothing obvious that I'm observing or like anyone that stands out to me, I'll head back to Rumpke just to kind of give him an update.
Okay, while she's gone, I'm gonna sort of throw my feet back over the bed, sort of get down, sitting, and I'm gonna be looking at my hands, and I'm gonna try to concentrate on healing myself again, doing the lay on hands, and my tattoo sort of glows as I get this sort of a rush, this strange feeling comes over me, and as I sort of clench my fist and heal myself up for 10 points of damage as the scars of my fist start healing up. Getting better at this. So I get up, I pull the mattress off the bed, I sort of push it over against the wall, start punching on it a little bit. It's a bit of loosen up for the night. Start punching it, and I get this sort of unnatural feeling, and I start feeling like even a little bit dizzy a little bit as I'm punching this. I'm like, I don't know what's going on. And as I really lay into the wall, as I punch on the mattress, I'm going to do Divine Smite. So I do use a spell slot to deal 2d8 radiant damage to this mattress. Sort of this feeling that comes over me, almost like a heat rages down from inside of me through my fist and punches into this mattress, shooting out this heat energy and burning a small hole into it.
Can you roll me a Constitution saving throw, please, in addition to a D12?
A Constitution saving throw is a 10, and the D12 is an 11.
As, yes, your fist connects and you emit this boom of radiant energy into the mattress, so that you find yourself in a kind of similar to the tunnels of the prison, but like a dark and cramped mine shaft. You see like there are mining carts filled with like deep red rocks that are easily like overturned and battered off of this rail system that runs through this tunnel by two large dire trolls lumbering into this confined space. You see additional like dwarven miners, they quickly let screams letting out, abandoning tools and resources in hopes of finding safety, and you're like instinctively reaching for this great axe at your waist, as does a dwarf to your immediate left. And you know this dwarf. Unlike some of your previous like flashes, it seems like every time you have one, like your things become more and more familiar, almost like this innate something under the surface starting to bubble up. But in a flash within flashes, you're getting memories striking you like lightning in this moment, like flood of like happy memories growing up with this dwarf, your childhood friend Branmir. Abandoned caves, my fat arse! he cries as he charges the nearest troll with his own axe. The troll is in the process of discarding a dwarven miner corpse, its huge jaw still loudly gnashing on the miner's bitten off head as it chews it up, and this troll just batters Brandmere aside. You're now charging, and you connect with your great axe. Again, a similar radiance of energy blasts out, and then you're suddenly back in your cell. This mattress half destroyed with your fist kind of inside of it amidst the springs and charred cloth that makes the surface of it.
I sort of step back a little bit, take 2 or 3 steps, sort of fall up against the cell door, almost exhausted. I sort of get my head about myself and I look out, to see if anybody saw anything. Is anybody walking by or...
Give me a perception.
16.
You don't hear any footsteps to your left, because again, remember, you guys are situated yourselves at the very end of this tunnel, so you have nothing but tunnel to the left of the cell if you were looking out of it, right? The cells across from you, like, they're still empty from clearly the other inmates in the common areas around the prison currently. It doesn't seem like anybody was around to witness what just happened.
All right, so I sort of pull the mattress down, sort of stomp on a little bit, if there's any embers that are still glowing on it. Hopefully the other side's not burned all the way through. I sort of look around, and I go over to, I guess Hellcruck was on the other bottom bunk, right?
Yeah.
I pull his mattress off and go put it on my bed, and then put that mattress. I flip it upside down and slide it back over. Once again, I go look and sort of waving my hands to get rid of the smell, and go over, sit down, and again, assume the position, put my arms behind my head and lay back and start relaxing.
And a number of minutes later, Opal does return to the cell.
Rumkey, I have an update.
Aren't you supposed to be working?
Yeah, so it's not ideal. I seem to have missed the call for workers. I was first on the list and I missed my number, but I talked to the dude and looks like Kylia's on work detail right now, so maybe she can carry out the plan.
Yeah, you mean Seisha Doll's on the work
Well,
detail.
yeah, frick, but dang it. No. Seisha Doll only takes over when prison's scary. I think Kylia can do this.
Alright, well, hopefully they'll be back in a few hours.
What other choice do we have?
Yeah, I don't have any choice. I'm sort of sticking here for a while.
Yeah, and I think if you bash another head to get me called again, then you're gonna be not in this cell anymore.
Yeah, I gotta be careful. They might put me back in cell block C. Apparently that's who I'm gonna be fighting for anyway. Go check out the place. See if you can find any, get your bearings so when we gotta hightail it, you can tell us where to go.
Yeah, we're probably gonna have to... Well, weren't we gonna walk out the front door? But yeah, if there's problems, yeah.
Do you know how to get to the front door?
Nope. I'm gonna guess that I can't make it there from here as a prisoner, but I can go walk around. I was thinking about doing that anyway, because everyone just, eats slop and then leaves, and then just, does it again a few times a day. What? This is so boring.
Just walk around, talk to people. Turn on the charm. These guys have been in here a long time. Just give them a little wink. But don't be too charming. Just the right amount. Just to get the information you need.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, maybe they're fans of toggles and sprockets. There's my in, right?
Yeah.
Wait,
that,
I'm supposed to be
might work.
I'm supposed to be a crusher. Never mind. Okay, I'll report back. Am I supposed to memorize everything?
Oh, no, do what you can. I'm going to get some shut-eye.
Okay.
I sort of lean back, turn over, facing the other side, facing the wall. Come back if you find out anything interesting.
Okay. Have fun.
Rumkey, you want to take a short rest? Are you fully healed up?
Not yet.
Okay. Yeah, you could definitely get in a short rest, for sure, or at least start one right now. Okay, so Opal, what do you just want to try to walk the tunnels and get the lay of the land, basically?
Yeah, wherever. I'm guessing that I'm confined to this block. There's probably not much else to do unless, I don't know. I don't know how it works, I guess.
Yeah, so you do find like a kind of a weight room and more of a smaller like recreation room with still it's like more stone tables set up, where some inmates are like playing cards and playing other types of games, like copies of things that you also spied like from the commissary, basically, right? Like,
Right.
that's really the only way to get a deck of cards. You got to buy it yourself from the commissary, and then you kind of have it, kind of thing.
Are there only like weight sets for like normal sized people, or are there like are there little people weights?
Well, they maybe start a little heavier than what Opal might want to sling around here, but you can find something suitable to get a workout in.
I was like, to assert my dominance, she wants to go in and just bench press like a lot, but I don't know, or like attempt to. Like, why make conversation when you can show off? You know?
Oh, okay.
Start the conversation that way.
If you want to get under a bench press, you can
I
give me
want
an
to
athletics.
find something heavy and like pretend to work out with it and just see what happens. See if anyone decides to chat me up.
All right, you find an empty bench with a bar, like a barbell, and you start loading it up with plates. And you know you're like getting looks as you start put the first like plate on either side, and then you go for a second one, and the people are really starting to turn their heads as you put on a
This
third
is exactly
one.
what I want. Yes.
And then you get under there and you like grip the bars, and you're going to attempt to bench press the weight that you're putting on here.
Let's try it.
All right,
Yeah.
give me an athletics check then, please.
Athletics +0. Let's go. 19.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
This is sick. That gruel was so good.
Opal being, yeah, the gruel really was very nutritious. Opal being as intelligent as she is, as you're putting weights on, you're like slipping some smaller weights in between to make it look like it's taking up more of the bar. So you actually haven't loaded on quite as much weight as it may look like is on there, but still a significant amount. And you somehow get this 1 rep max out, just struggling at the top, and you see like the closest inmate stepping forward to like give you a spot, and you're just like, nope, boom, and then you lock out, put it back in this rack, and then you like, yeah, you kind of gather this group. Wow, how the heck did you do that?
You know, years of practice and adventuring. I don't know. What's up, boys?
Hi, I'm Stan.
Hi, Stan.
This is Mel.
Stan and Mel. All right. I'm Jewel. Jewel Crusher.
Good to meet you. You gonna keep working out? You finishing up here? Maybe you can spot us. Mel's like, eyeing the weight. I think I can do that. And he'll like get in the bench.
Shoot. Shoot.
Jewel, if you can give me a spot, I'm gonna go for this.
Yeah. I got you.
And I like stand on the bench next to his head because I'm so small, like ready to squat this if I have to.
So he's gonna have the roll. He's gonna have to match your roll to match
Oh,
your
yeah.
1 rep
All right, Mel.
max. He rolls a 5. So he unracks it, and then as he's going down, he starts to panic. Oh, wait, help! And it
I
falls
got you.
onto his throat.
No, I got you.
Help me!
And I like squat and curl it up.
Give me another athletics.
Mel, I hardly knew you.
18.
Okay. So yes, you are somehow able to spot Mel, and it's not like get it back to the rack, but enough so Mel can slide out and from under the bar as it hits back onto the seat, onto the bench.
It's that's serious weight there, brother.
You're telling me?
You gonna make it?
I think I'm just gonna go back to my cell. Stan, I'll see you there later.
I heard there's a doctor here. I could take you to the
No.
doctor.
I don't need the doctor. No, God, no. No, God's no doctor.
What's wrong with him? Or her?
Avoid Dr. Conkle if you can, okay? I'm just gonna go rest.
Okay.
And Mel limps away. So hold a hand on his throat.
I will lean over to Stam.
What's Mel got against Dr. Cockroach or whatever?
Oof, that's a funny name, but if he hears you call him that,
Oh, shoot.
it's not
Okay.
gonna be good.
Okay. I'm trying to get my bearings around here. You know, I just came from cell block C.
I've been here a few months myself. Opal, can you roll me a recognition roll, please?
Oh, shoot. No, it's a Trinity gang member. Frickin'
So I believe your percentage is only 5%. So if you roll above a 5, then he doesn't recognize you as Opal Togglesprocket.
90.
Whew.
Say, I've seen you before. I know who you are. You and some of your other friends were, talking to Jimmy No Shoes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So?
Hey, I'm just, I don't know. I've talked to Jimmy a few times. Doesn't seem like anybody really likes him.
Yeah. He kind of, he's hearing things. I don't know what to think about that guy, Something's got a screw loose.
Well, a lot of us in here do.
That's fair. What you in for? How much you got left?
Some petty thievery, only a couple months left.
We were in for a robbery, too.
Yeah,
Stan the man, man, the Stan. All right, what'd you steal?
There was a noble in a ring, and my hands weren't quite as fast as I thought they were.
Ah, yeah. Well, back to a life of accountability after this? No more thievery?
Well, I've heard the recidivism rate for Storm's End isn't that great.
The recidivism? What's that?
Repeat offenders. This your first time getting locked up?
I mean, yeah. Look at me.
I saw. What are you?
Obviously I'm really strong. But yeah, I still live with my parents.
How old are you? Still with your parents.
Yeah, I think I had a big 30-year bash last year. Coming up pretty soon, yeah.
Happy belated.
Thanks. Well,
or
wait.
early, I guess.
All right, you know anything about what goes on around here? Like, you in the know, or who is? Who can I chat up and get a lay of the land?
I mean, what do you mean? Like how? Like in what regard?
Isn't there like a boss around here, and like, I don't know, contraband and stuff?
I'm not the one to talk to about that. If you want a boss, you can join the Trinity, I guess.
Ew. Are you part of the Trinity?
No admission yet, but you stick around here long enough, I don't know, if I find myself back in here, maybe I'll consider it.
How about the warden? Do we like the warden around here? Never met him.
I mean, me neither.
No?
He doesn't come down to the cell blocks, as far as I know.
Really?
Well, I assume he's got his own, he's got his office, he does all the ministerial stuff,
So who rules, like, on the ground floor, Who gets their hands dirty?
I'm confused about what you're asking me. I don't understand. It's a prison. You got the guards, you got the inmates. It's a pretty straightforward hierarchy.
It just goes guards, warden, that's it? And the warden never shows up? Seems
Who's supposed to be in
lazy.
between?
I don't know, like a middle manager or some crap? How's the warden feel about the Trinity, like, continuing in the prison?
I don't know. I guess you'll have to ask the warden if you ever meet him.
How do I meet the warden?
I don't know. Maybe do something really bad?
Oh,
I mean,
no.
what's worse than solitary? Is that meeting the warden? I don't know.
I don't really want to... Okay, never mind. I don't really want to risk that. I could probably, like, really choke someone out. You saw how strong I am, though, so, like, I could do it.
Yeah, you gave Mel a good choking.
Alright, well, maybe I'll keep poking around. Is there, like, a library or anything? Somewhere to read?
No, you won't find that in Storm's End.
So there's cards and weights and slop. Anything else I'm missing?
It's a prison.
Alright.
You might find a book in the commissary.
Right. And how do I get money again to buy things from the commissary?
Unless you have someone on the outside add into your account for you. You could get on a work detail, but that list is long.
Yeah, I was called today and missed my number.
No shit. You just missed the jackpot in here.
Yeah, I'm pretty...
You really screwed up. Like, that's probably the stupidest thing you could do in here. Other than meeting the warden.
I'm kind of understanding that more and more now. I have a friend on work detail, though, so, like, I could just use her money for a book, maybe?
Hey, that sounds like a pretty good friend to me. Maybe introduce us sometime.
You got any money I could borrow?
What are you talking about? I'm not on a work detail.
I don't know, you got a book I can borrow? We're friends here, Stan.
We're acquaintances here. I don't know if we're friends yet.
We're in a prison. If we're chatting and not fighting, we're friends, right?
No, if we're chatting and not fighting, we're just civil. Civility only takes you so far.
I always liked the name Stan. It was the name of my first dog.
I'm not entirely sure how to take that.
Well, do you know anyone that lends money around here? You know, like a little loan shark for the commissary?
You want to get involved in that?
I mean, why not?
How long did you say your sentence was for?
I don't remember. Did we have
Could
it?
be years.
I just take it day by day. I'm not sure.
This is like
Well, I have heard that sometimes an inmate may get some early release due to overcrowding.
Oh, early release. Sounds nice.
I'm willing to bet that most of those inmates probably belong to the Trinity, unless you can pull some other strings, but it can happen. Maybe you won't be in here for as long as you think.
I gotcha. So, like, Trinity members get a little bit of special treatment on their times that they serve.
That's what I've noticed my few stints in here.
Yeah, I bet the warden's in on it. But I don't really want to kill someone to meet him. This place is kind of scary.
If you're gonna hurt anybody, look, I don't really want to have any part of that.
No. And I could kill him. I'm not gonna kill him.
Okay. No, I'm just gonna go finish my workout here.
It sounds like you're telling me you want me to join the Trinity. Is that what I'm hearing?
You asked some questions. I'm just trying to give you some answers that aren't gonna end up with me dead.
Right. Well, you're making the Trinity gang sound pretty cool, and like they get perks and stuff. You want to go try to join with me?
Like I said, I only got a couple months left. If I can avoid it and avoid any outside prison obligations that come with signing up, I'm gonna do that.
It is only like day 1 in this cell block, so I guess I could.
Day 1? And you're already complaining?
In this cell block! I was transferred. I've been in here. Come on.
Okay, all right. Sorry. I misunderstood.
Freaking told you.
Like,
I'm from C.
I heard that.
I am from the Hard Knocks. I've been in there lifting weights for a while. Can't you tell?
That I can believe, yeah.
Yeah. I don't want the external commitments either, but it is good to know that it sounds like, they tend to be in the know and run things around here. That's what I'm hearing from ya. Well, alright, Stan. It's a pleasure meeting you. Maybe see you around. I got a few friends in here with me. We did the robbery together, so if you need a crew... You seem a little bit nicer, better, smarter than Jimmy No-Shoes.
Hey, I just, like I said, try to remain civil, keep my head down from some of the bigger players, avoid trouble when I can.
Yeah, so like if you're looking to avoid trouble, don't come hang out with my crew. Trouble finds us, you know? It's not us.
Oh, yeah, I used to run with a group like that myself. Some would say I was the common denominator there, but I disagree.
Really? What group was this? Maybe I've heard of you.
Oh, I don't know. We used to run down south, down below the Tireless Glade there.
Mm-hmm.
We're called the Cripplers.
Ah.
Not because we hurt anybody, but just because we like to make people think we would,
The first impression's everything. Why do you think I came in here and lifted a bunch of weights,
Hey, that makes sense. I wish I had thought of that.
You gotta, assert your position on day 1 in cell block B, Alright, well, I'm gonna keep exploring. I'm not sure there's much to explore, but it's kind of nice to get a walk in. See you around?
Take her easy.
I mean, there's no other way to take it in here.
Don't go killing anybody, okay?
Yeah. I'm sorry for... just forget about all the violent things I said.
It's forgotten.
Yeah, old habits die hard, yeah. And then Opal will just go walking and exploring and not really chat anyone up. Some good info to bring to Rumpke there.
Okay, so you get kind of the basic-ish layout of the prison. It does seem you're pretty much able to walk all over cell block B. Doesn't seem like there are any specific areas that are delegated or restricted, I should say, to the inmates. You definitely find a door leading to cell block A. Of course, you find you can backtrack to where you had entered from C into B. Well, in addition to directly into A and C, there are two other doors at the southeast and western kind of corners of the block that they don't have any like cell block markings on them, but they clearly lead somewhere. And they too are just those big opaque metal doors, right, that look like they're kind of built into the stone. The identical door to what Oln had led you all through as you entered Block B. And it does seem during the day, like as you were wandering around, there's certainly a number of guards also patrolling all over. It's not uncommon to find yourselves in an area where like a stretch of empty cells and no guards anywhere, like you kind of find yourself by yourself. Definitely not the norm, but not uncommon, right? You walk another 100 feet down a tunnel, you take a left, and there's either inmates or guards there, right?
If there's a guard on the way back to my cell, I would make a smart comment like,
Hey, why are the cops not doing their jobs? Look at all these empty cells. Census a bit down these days?
What's that, inmate?
Just saying, there's a lot of empty, cells in here. Is it usually like this?
You wait till lights out. Every one of these cells fills up. Where do you think they are? They're in the common areas. Where you are? You're wandering around.
There's not that many common
Don't
areas.
get smart with me, inmate. On about your business.
Thank you.
keep walking. I'll go back to Rumkey. Wake him up. I kick the bed frame or something.
Yo, what'd you find out?
Well, first of all, they all think I'm super ripped because I bench pressed a bunch of weight. So, I mean, you need to do the same. It's a good way to, like, assert your dominance in this, cell block.
I give her a look up and down, and they think you are the strong one?
Yeah. I lifted, like...
You gave your dominance up to them, and they all were like, yeah, they were scared of you?
I used my advantages. I was smart about it. I made it look like I was benching 250, but it was probably like 100.
Good move there. That's pretty smart.
And then I made a friend named Mel, and he couldn't even bench the 100, and it crushed his trachea because I was trying to help him. Then I met his other friend, Stan, and then Stan told me all about how, well, Stan doesn't want to be a part of our group because he wants to lay low. He's only got a few months left. But he told me about the fact that they never see the warden, and Dr. Cockle is horrible, apparently. Don't go to the doctor. And yeah, the warden never comes down here, but when there's overcrowding and they need to get rid of people, they get rid of the Trinity gang first. It's like preferential treatment down here.
Do you know how we get out? Like, if we have to go out another way, then, and I sort of point back at the hole.
So, I know where there's a door to A and a door to C, and then there's 2 doors without labels on them. So maybe Oln could tell us where they go?
Yeah, I'm thinking, and I don't have any reason to think any otherwise, that A must lead out. So if we get the master key, we go through A. What we need to do is find somebody that used to be in A. Maybe they can tell us the route to take if we get into A. You know, nonchalantly talking.
That's the way that Hellcruck went. Maybe he kinda saw something before he got put in his cell.
Yeah, maybe we just gotta wait till Lilith gets back.
Her name's Lila in here, but anyway.
Oh yeah, that's right, Lila. Now you told me. I forgot.
If one were to pretend to join the Trinity, I feel like there's gotta be a lot of information that they share in their own network. Like, if we are finding it difficult to get out of here, we could probably use some of them. You know? Play off that.
Yeah. I mean, is Stan in the Trinity? Maybe he can get you in.
No. He didn't join the Trinity. He used to be a member of the Cripplers. Have you ever heard of the Cripplers?
Nah, but they sound nasty.
Yeah, they cripple ya. Yeah, I don't know. They're kind of like below the tireless glaive, like out of our little area. Anyway, once you can leave the cell, or once we talk to the others, I think trying to get some information out of the Trinity gang in like a we want to join you way might be helpful.
Yeah, let's see what we're dealing with.
Unless one of the Trinity members in here is like one that we fought and would recognize us.
Oh, that's not gonna be good.
Yeah, that could be pretty bad.
You didn't see anybody, did you?
Not anyone that I recognized.
I mean, the guys that were up in the house and that we, gave them what for? Those guys.
You were pretty up close and personal with them.
Yeah, I didn't see any of them. I was just seeing if you were walking around, if you caught anybody's eye there.
And then we got the cultists in the house. I mean, maybe they got away. Anyway. There's just a chance. That's all I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I think our best bet may be stick to the cell here and wait for old Lila to get back.
I want to know, what's going on. And I guess we won't hear from Hellcrug tonight. That's sad. Hope he's okay.
He'll be alright. I think he spent a lot of time in lockup there.
Our whole plan was for it to be me. I'm a little bit nervous, but nothing we can do about it now. Oh, I also learned that the list for work details, pretty long, and, me missing it and being at the top was, a big fumble on my part.
Yeah, everybody makes mistakes.
But at least I can go invisible now.
That is a good point. How much can you do that?
Twice a day. If I have goop, and I pull an eyelash out.
That'd definitely come in handy if things get really bad.
Yeah, if you have eyelashes fall out, just give them to me.
Yeah, I can give you some. I grab one, I yank out about 8 of them.
Ew,
There
I
you go.
didn't tell you to... Okay, there's, skin on this one. Ugh.
Yeah, I'm bleeding a little bit. Yeah, you better take these, I grab her hand and I put them in there.
Okay, alright.
There you go. You should be set for at least a few days now.
Okay, I'm gonna take a nap.
Yeah.
Kylia, you are taken another few hundred feet down this curving tunnel, and by now you can safely judge that your path since taking that right-hand turn after entering cell block A has basically been this huge semicircular curve, right? As you approach the kind of end of this tunnel that you're in, you can see loose rocks litter the mouth of your tunnel here. And it meets up at a three-way intersection. So you can see you're coming in kind of at a 45-degree angle. From your position looking into the intersection, there is another tunnel that runs straight south ahead of you, right? And then to your left would be another tunnel. And again, these tunnels and the tunnel you're in, they look like they are... they were excavated a long time ago. Other than the loose rock that's coming in from actually a fourth opening now that's clearly been recently dug out. These three tunnels, these three main branching tunnels, seem like they've existed within the prison for, a long time. So in addition to the one straight ahead of you south, there's one that would branch to your left to the west. Actually, here you get a second whiff of that sweet smelling kind of perfume. That's kind of lingering in the stale air, right? Again, it's a pretty vivid juxtaposition to the rest of the kind of more putrid smells of the stagnation in the air of the prison and kind of the periodic latrines that are supposed to be emptied on a daily basis by that work detail, but
I just need a good flood to come through.
yeah, unless they're flooded.
Where was Happy? So I came in, I turned right, and going around this big curve. Where was the room with Happy?
Yeah, so he was kind of he would be at the top-ish of this semicircular curved hallway, or on that route somewhere.
Okay.
And on that route, there was no other ways to go. You entered one area, saw that room with the people in the chains on the chairs, and then are coming in now on this other end. There's no other way to go down that route. So to your right, basically kind of a fourth opening. It's not a hallway, but obviously with your enhanced dark vision, you can see into this newly carved chamber. And again, loose rock kind of litters the floor, and you can see ahead of you there is a light source. Immediately peering in to this room, it seems like it's probably half the size of the common area in Block B, so maybe 100 by 100 foot. And the prison's tunnel lamps, right, that illuminate the corridors. They haven't yet been installed into this new area. It's like completely dark in there, other than this one bit of light source, a very dim light that you can see like at the back of the chamber. And your guard escort and the handful of human inmates that are with you on these various, like, if you recall, there's like 15 of you here, right, on this work detail, 3 crews of 5, right? But they're like stumbling their way to this light source where you see 2 more guards. They wait there with a handful of extra lanterns, and you see like an open like wooden chest. It's full of pickaxes, and in addition to that, kind of off to the side of these guards, you see like this large 10 foot by 10 foot crate, and it looks like it's on wheels, like a little low hand truck almost, like that you can use to push it around. And once you've come further in with your dark vision, you can see that in addition to where you entered, there's 3 other exits to this newly carved large room. The one straight ahead of you, like, which is immediately behind the guards, you can definitely see that it's currently like a dead end, right? And you make it about halfway through into this space, and then now with your 120 feet out to your left and right, you can see like all 3 of these, they're just like in the beginning stages of being carved out into tunnels or larger rooms, right? So clearly this is some type of expansion to cell block A that the work detail has been tasked with. And one of the guards waiting at the chest, like kind of as you're being escorted in your approach, he kind of speaks up. All right, inmates. He looks around. No Jacks today, I see, but he'll instead turn to the one remaining Trinity member from that table of 5 that's on your crew, right? Basically the only one that didn't get caught up in the fight with Rumke. Okay, well, Ambleside, your crew's on puppy duty today. Rest you. Grab an axe. Get to cleaning up Mama's rough edges. The 2 other crews immediately do as he says. They get to work. They grab a pickaxe. And you see like they start to spread out along the perimeter of the chamber, and they begin to like chipping away at like jagged protrusions of rock around the walls of this area, like clearly in an attempt to like smooth out some of the rougher edges. And your crew, so Ambleside, the woman that the guard spoke to, and the 3 other members of your crew, you being the 5th, they immediately like put a hand on the handle, and they begin to push this crate at the northern room, basically.
Oh, darling, this is my first time. Do be gentle with me.
What? Who is that?
And Kylie will just wave.
Come on, help us push the pup to the end here. If you are helping, like, it does feel like it's pretty heavy, like it's taking like the whole crew's effort.
I'm putting about 80% effort in.
Of course. And obviously you can get it moving because like it's on wheels, right? So it certainly makes it easier. You see the rest of the crew, basically the 3 newcomers with you, right? Because you, in addition to the other 3, were on the waiting list essentially. So you could probably assume that these 3 have yet to serve in this work detail. So clearly Ambleside, being a routine work crew detail, is like giving out directions, instructing you, okay, just pull on this little latch in the corner of the crate. That'll undo this side, and then so you start to peel off all 5, I guess, sides, because the top as well, right? Pulling them off, and the first thing, as you're flicking one of these latches, like you can hear movement inside of the crate. There's clearly like a creature inside. And pulling one side, you got like 2 inmates, right? One on either side of this wooden side of this crate pulled off, and like the sides aren't heavy, right? They're quite light. But inside you see almost like it's like curled up into a ball, kind of suspended in this harness around the framework of this cube now that you've uncovered, right? And you see like it's got rock. It looks like it's made of rock on the back of it, like overlapping plates of rock on its body. It's a quadruped, and it's got a long kind of snout and a jaw. Maybe give me a nature check.
23.
You know what this is. This looks like it is a baby bullet. and it is clearly suspended on this cart. Ambleside then, once it's completely free, Ambleside and the rest of the crew, like, again, more directions at her behest, pushes it to the very end of this dead end, right? And immediately the thing starts to, like, carve out and tunnel in its little suspension thing. And then the crew's job is now to kind of direct it as it's clawing out the space. And you can see, like, I mean, this little thing is like a medium-sized creature, right? So it's about the size of you, really, Kylia. So it doesn't, get rid of huge swaths of rock, but compared to what you could do with a pickaxe, it's definitely more efficient, right? But you can see, like, the way it carves in some of the roughness of what it leaves behind looks kind of similar to, like, what the rest of the crews are chipping away out in the common area.
Oh, you poor dear. All trapped in here, but you are doing such a good job, aren't you? Yes.
So you can see, in addition to the crate, the crew has pickaxes of their own, and those that aren't, like, directing the carriage, I don't know what to call this, the drill machine, we'll call it the drill machine, and they're also, like, chipping away again, trying to, like, smooth out some of the more roughly hewn edges as this baby bullet is chipping away.
Can I, like, let it smell me and, like, rub on its head without getting my hand in its mouth and try and, like, make friends with it?
Okay, yeah, you can roll me an animal handling.
4.
You attempt to try to, like, again, like, acquaint yourself with it, right? And in amidst the chipping and obviously you can see a lot, but some of your fellow crew members are still in dim light, like they've collected a lantern right for them, so there's very dim light for the rest of you. You kind of maybe get bumped and your hand slips into the way of it tunneling, and you'll take 19 piercing damage from its mouth as you kind of slip your hand into the way of its clawing and digging mistakenly. And now it definitely has acquainted itself with you.
And knows it doesn't like the taste of me, yes? Watch it! Oh, that's smarts.
Hey, keep your hand away from its mouth. What are you doing? Just swing the axe.
Aye, aye, Captain.
So, okay, so what's your plan here? So you're basically, what your task would be for this work detail. You also know that Olm had kind of mentioned that those on the work detail are out of their cells for 2 or 4 hours longer than a normal inmate just in the common area for most of the day, right? So the detail could certainly extend further into the evening. Like, you could predict that you have a number of hours of this work ahead of you.
For the most part, I'm going to work enough that it looks like I'm working, but not really putting forth any more effort than need be. And now I'm going to try and make friends with this baby. And I want to gather information about the prison in general and how solitary works, and kind of slyly about the room where Happy is and what's going on in there. Like, just very gentle probing about that.
So that would definitely be Ambleside that you'd be questioning that.
Yeah. Are we here all day in this room?
Most likely, I think this is the only area that they're expanding currently in A.
Do we get a lunch break?
Oh, yeah. We'll get an hour for lunch. It's hard work, though. But actually, the work detail gets food a little better than what they serve in the common area.
That's good to know. Do we put him away during lunch?
Yeah, the guards will feed him, too.
What's with that room we passed?
What room? What do you mean?
Where the sounds were coming from.
She, like, looks out into the common area, right, to the nearest guard's, like, 30 feet away, right? Just kind of picking his nails, basically just keeping watch, quote unquote. Yeah, that's Dr. Cockle. I wouldn't talk about him too openly in front of some of the guards.
They afraid of him?
If you're not afraid of him, then that means you haven't met him.
I have not met him.
Well, then consider yourself lucky. I wouldn't look for an introduction at if you know what I mean.
One of these guys ever get loose? Gesturing to the bullet.
Well, the pup's not too bad to handle, but once they bring out the mama for the larger areas, that can take a couple crews or more to handle.
They have adults here?
Yeah, they keep them secure at one end of the block. You'll probably see it when we put the pup back in its cage at the end of shift.
And they expect us to handle an adult?
Well, I mean, once it's in the contraption, it's not too bad. It's just
One of those ever get loose?
not since I've been here.
Well, that's good. Have you ever seen one of these on the loose?
No, I mean, I never knew what one of these things was before I got incarcerated.
They're bullets. You do not want to mess with them. I assume you're aware of that.
She like looks at your bite
Mangled.
mark. Yeah, I could put that together.
We are doing this all day then. This is what we're doing.
This is it. But comes with some coin, at least, at the end of the day. Puts into your commissary account. Makes life in here a little easier.
This doctor. How long's he been here?
I think as far back as anyone can remember, or at least anyone in my crew. But he wasn't always the doctor. He was an attending medical expert, or whatever you'd call him. But yeah, he only recently is heading the infirmary of the prison for a few years now.
He didn't seem to be trying to make anybody better, from what I could tell.
I don't think he's that kind of doctor.
You know much about stupor?
Well, I know that sometimes the work detail here isn't always swinging a pickaxe. Sometimes we do a little gardening.
Oh, do tell.
Well, you caught a whiff of that scent on the way in, yeah?
Yes?
Well, they kind of got like a greenhouse type place down here. Whole whack load of flowers that grow down here.
How does that work with no sunlight?
I don't know, these things are like a fungus. They thrive in the dark, I guess.
I see. Very interesting. And sometimes you go there instead.
Yeah. Not very often, honestly. I think they take a while to bloom. That's when you go in and harvest them.
I see. Tell me about Jax. You been with him long?
Ever since I signed up with Trinity, yeah. I mean, it's only been a couple years. Most of that was spent in here, really. But yeah, Jax is a good guy. I don't really know what happened to him and the rest of the crew.
Someone seemed to have picked a fight with him. Not sure.
Well, that seems pretty stupid to pick a fight with Jax.
He came out on top.
Really?
Jax went down.
Whoever that was, I think the guards will probably take an interest in them then.
I think we'll just work in silence for a little bit so I'm not like too pestery. And that's definitely work in quotation marks.
Okay, the occasional swing of the pickaxe.
Yeah. Kind of just trying to get close to the bullet again and just like not too close because I don't want my other arm chomped, but just letting him get familiar with me. And I want to study the harness that he's in.
Basically, around the frame, there's just like some metal rings screwed into the wood of it, right? And these leather strappings around the bullet's body, kind of like underneath each of its like armpits, around its abdomen. And it definitely looks like it clearly has some play, right? So it can kind of swing out and forward and past the edge of the little cart, right, where the wheels sit. But yeah, like it's simply just like leather strapping. So especially with like your knife, your shiv you have, if you wanted to slice it or undo it, especially you're going to be here like a couple hours doing this, right? It's just over the course of the work detail. So you definitely have that knowledge to be able to like quickly sabotage it in some kind of way if you wanted to.
After a couple hours, I'll be like looking at my hands. So, is this what we'll be doing tomorrow, do you think?
Oh, I mean, probably.
Can we get gloves or something?
Well, you might be able to afford some from the commissary after the shift.
We'll have to look into that.
Got any other complaints?
Plenty. Don't you?
Yeah, well, I generally try to keep them to myself. That's mostly the smart player around here. But hey, I tell you, the work detail is a sweet gig. Like the benefits, just that commissary stipend alone, the better food. I mean, this place runs on the back of the work details. You think the guards are going to be emptying out latrines and replacing water? Yeah, right.
That is a good point. You definitely know how all of this works.
I mean, like I said, I've been around for a couple years.
Very wise. You definitely seem like somebody that's beneficial to know, if you don't mind.
I mean, no, I don't. Now, I'm Ambleside.
Pleasure to meet you. I am Seychelles Dahl. And I'm Kylie. Lila.
Okay. Good to meet you both. I guess. What's the story here?
Oh, we are currently sharing a body. It works to our benefit.
That's pretty weird.
Many things are.
Well, hey, all right. You've probably got this feel from a bunch of people already. Like, it happens a lot in here. I mean, the Trinity, like I said, most of us in here are Trinity members. But hey, she kind of looks you up and down looking for like a tattoo. I don't think you're a member, but if you want to sign up, I can definitely put in a good word.
We'll keep that in mind. Very kind of you. Just trying to like butter her up.
Mm-hmm.
And your names are?
You learned the names of the rest of the crew. You are you're working with Clang, Fothervac, and Picante.
Botherback. That's not a name I've ever heard before.
Well, I ain't never heard of someone sharing a body.
Point to you.
So Seychelles wants to just basically schmooze the whole crew. Is this what's
Yes.
Alright, roll me a I guess just like a persuasion. That's as close to a schmooze check as I can think of.
19.
Yeah, you definitely obviously you've been focusing a lot on Amble's side because she's the one that has the information, but now you're kind of looping in the rest of the crew, and there seems to be like a camaraderie starting to form amongst the five of you, especially like, I don't know, you're just like bonding over the grueling work, and of course this strange creature that it doesn't appear that anyone but Seychelles really knows what it is here either, so you can like fill them in on some factoids about the thing, right, or kind of like try to impress them with some of your knowledge maybe. But yes, you definitely like successfully schmoozing this crew. These other three here that were on the wait list, like none of them have any visible Trinity tattoos either. It doesn't seem like they're Trinity members, just Ambleside.
Okay.
So are you going to basically, you're going to remain for the whole work detail? Like you don't want to try to like slink off or anything? Because another few hours pass and you're basically breaking for lunch. And you're served what actually looks like food. It's like a pretty basic like sandwich. It's like 2 slices of bread and some meat shoved into it, right? But far better than what you had for breakfast from the little oatmeal-y gruel type stuff. Part of that lunch, like your crew kind of wheels out the bullet pup back into the main room. And you see one of the guard has like a bucket of, it just looks like it's like raw meat. Like organs, like cow organs, right? Like kidneys and like a cow heart. And it's just like throwing it to the bullet in its like suspension, and it's just catching it, right, snapping it out of the air, feeding the pup as well. As everyone, it seems like all the crews are just kind of like hunkered down, plot right down into their corners where they were working kind of thing, and then just like consuming lunch. And now the guards have also kind of clustered together, and they seem like they're, again, quote unquote, paying attention to the work crew, right, as they converse amongst themselves.
Yeah, we're gonna work the whole day because knowing we can't do anything to try and escape until tonight anyway, and Hellcrux in solitary till tomorrow morning anyway, and I don't think Seychelles Dahl wants Kylia around Opal. She wants to try and split them apart a little bit and try and get back a little bit of control. So I think being secluded like this is probably to Seychelles' best interest. And we don't know what happened with Ronki, right? So.
To know oneself is to know true strength. Excuse me, I didn't see you there. Don't mind the meditations of my mind. For now we must bid farewell. But fear not. The journey continues at incorrigibleparty.com. There's also a new World Anvil page to explore the world of Senta and all its wonders. These enchanting melodies you've heard come from tabletopaudio.com and Sarastro Music. Please accept my invitation to join our Discord server, and we shall forge bonds as strong as a tall oak, and share tales that echo throughout the halls. Lastly, I humbly beseech you, like, rate, review, and spread the word of our adventures across the realms. Tell a friend, a comrade, or even a foe. And until we meet again, may your dice be blessed with fortune, and your cup filled with ale. Happy adventuring.
This has been a Sounds of Steel production.